Welcome to our show, Decode the Pyramids, Mathematics, Mystery, and Mastery. Pyramids, especially those at Giza, Egypt, have long fascinated historians, scientists, and the general public. These monumental structures stand as a testament to the ingenuity and advanced knowledge of ancient civilizations. Recent studies and theories shed light on the methods used by the Egyptians to build these architectural marvels. The possible incorporation of mathematical principles like the golden ratio in their design, and the astronomical knowledge that influenced their construction. To appreciate the mystery of the pyramids, we first need to grasp their immense scale. Let's look at some statistics of the Great Pyramid of Giza.
The Great Pyramid weighs nearly 6 million tons and consists of 2.3 million stones that are cut and fit together with laser precision. Many of these massive stones, which weigh as much as 80 tons, had to be transported from vast distances of more than 500 miles away. For thousands of years, it stood as the tallest unnatural structure in the world.
Constructing pyramids require an advanced logistical process to move and place the massive stone blocks. Over the years, numerous theories based on archaeological evidence, practical experiments, and historical texts have been proposed to explain this ancient mystery.
One fundamental technique believed to have been used by the Egyptians for transporting these massive stones involved the use of sleds and rollers. Once extracted from the quarries, the stones were placed on large wooden sleds, which were then dragged over rolling logs. This method, though labor-intensive, would have enabled workers to move heavy blocks across sand and even uneven terrain.
Scientists at the University of Amsterdam, led by Professor Dr. Daniel Bohn, believe they've discovered how ancient Egyptians overcome the resistance of dry sand when transporting heavy materials to build the pyramids. Their theory was inspired by a 1900 BC wall painting in Jehuti-Hotep's tomb showing 172 men pulling a statue on a slit while water was being poured on the sand ahead of them. The team conducted experiments that showed adding the right amount of water to sand reduces sliding friction by up to 50%, making it much easier to pull heavy objects. Too much or too little water wouldn't work. There's an optimal amount that prevents sand clumping and creates a smoother surface. This discovery suggests that what was previously thought to be a ceremonial act of pouring water was actually a clever engineering solution. The study demonstrated that wet desert sand is about twice as stiff as dry sand, preventing sand from piling up in front of slits. This simple but effective technique will have allowed the ancient Egyptians to move massive stones with half the manpower previously estimated. The precision with which the pyramids were built is also astonishing. For instance, the base of the Great Pyramid of Giza, in fact, is not a square.
Many people don't know this, but in fact it's not a four-sided pyramid. It has a very slight concavity on each side, making it an eight-sided pyramid. Now, the minute you do this, you not only complicate the design tremendously, but it produces rather bizarre geometry. So, this geometry, when we analyze it, produces numbers. Numbers keep popping out. Numbers that shouldn't be there. Things like universal constants. Constant, that has been known for over 100 years. The phi constant, the golden ratio, but we have now strange numbers like Euler's number coming up in the design.
What Mr. Vogel is referring to here is fascinating. The golden ratio he mentions isn't just any number. It appears throughout nature, from the spiral of shells to the arrangement of leaves on plants, at approximately 1.618. This mathematical constant creates what we perceive as perfect proportion. When we measure the Great Pyramid's base length against its height, we find this same ratio encoded in stone. This suggests the ancient Egyptians weren't just master builders, they were mathematicians who understood universal patterns that wouldn't be formally discovered for thousands of years.
We must understand that we did not create mathematics, we discovered them. It is the universal language and law. No matter where in the universe you are, 1 plus 2 will always equal 3. Everything in the universe obeys this law. These forms are in nature, but the ancients emulated these forms in construction.
Ancient Egyptians wove their celestial knowledge deeply into the pyramids designed. The Great Pyramid of Giza stands as a masterpiece of astronomical precision, its faces perfectly aligned to the cardinal directions. At the same time, its mysterious air shafts point to specific stars like Sirius and Orion's belt, which hold profound meaning in Egyptian culture. These aren't just tombs, they are bridges between earth and sky, serving as both observatories and temples. There's also a deeper significance to the pyramid's placement.
The Great Pyramid is situated within a whisker of latitude 30. It seems like the latitude choice was derived from astronomy because there's a lens effect of the atmosphere of the Earth, and when you take that into account, the tiny error shy of latitude 30 goes away. They were on astronomical latitude 30, if you like. It seems like a very deliberate choice because it's not a random latitude. It's 1/3 of the way between the equator and the North Pole. This is just one of the many ways, I feel, in which the Great Pyramid deliberately and purposefully speaks to our planet.
This astronomical precision reflects something profound about Egyptian civilization, their deep belief that cosmic and earthly realms were intertwined. For them, the heavens weren't just distant lights, but the domain of gods and cosmic order. The pyramid's precise placement has intrigued scientists and inventors throughout history, including Nikola Tesla, vegetarian, who believe they serve a higher purpose related to energy transmission.
Tesla tapping into the actual shape of the pyramid, I believe, was something that just came roundabout through his investigation into the location of the pyramids. Because what appears to have happened is that he realized that it wasn't the actual shape of the pyramid so much, although pyramids exhibit fractal energy much more efficiently than other types of designs. But what he discovered was it was the location of the pyramids that created the power.
What's fascinating is how Tesla applied these ancient principles to his own work. He didn't just admire the pyramids, he deliberately chose the locations for his facilities in Colorado Springs and on the East Coast using the same mathematical relationships found at Giza. Tesla believed these locations weren't arbitrary. He theorized they formed a precise geometric relationship with Earth's equator and its elliptical orbit, much like the pyramids. In his view, these specific points on the globe could tap into Earth's natural energy field, which led to his ambitious experiments in wireless power transmission. Supreme Master Shinhai, vegan, shared her insight when asked whether the pyramids can harness free and clean energy.
Yeah, I told you it's good for practicing, for concentration and for sitting long hours, tranquility and peace and one-pointedness. Of course, the pyramid can harness good power around them or in the atmosphere for the good of meditation. But in the old times, these masters, they also have technicians, yes, who are also masters of the free electric, free frequency of communication, free energy, all kinds of high tech, you know?
Yes, Master.
Yeah, for example, like Tesla, okay? He knew all about this. But
Wow.
sadly, we didn't make use of it. And now they begin to make use some of it. But many of his inventions or concepts of free energy and fantastic inventions has been destroyed or stolen or lost. Yeah? We could have been a better world if we had made use of Tesla's intelligence.
Thank you, most beloved Master, for sharing such fascinating insights. It's incredible to think about the ancient knowledge and advanced technologies that may have been at play, and the mysteries that still surround them today. The ancient Egyptian pyramids represent a confluence of engineering mastery, mathematical insight, astronomical knowledge, and ancient wisdom. As we continue to study and explore these structures, may we carry forward the inspiration and knowledge that can help shape a brighter future.
From the perspective of the Dharma, the consumption of meat and fish is a moral problem because it entails great suffering for animals. Dr. Joe Feuerstein, PhD, and Brenda Feuerstein, both vegetarians.
Open-minded viewers, thank you for joining us on this exploration of the pyramids.